Hey everyone, welcome to the Friday live stream.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hello.
Kara's joining us this week.
Holy crap, it's Kara.
Hi.
Hit the like button for Kara. There you go.
Bob, you look like you're in a cave.
Always.
Every week.
I was looking at it. I was looking at the system today, and it's like it auto dims. It just auto dims. And I can't get it to not auto dim.
What auto dims?
You can see it. You can see it. When I turn on the ring light, it's bright, and then it just goes darker, and it stops there. It's like, what the hell?
Is it your ring light or is it your webcam that's adjusting for your ring light?
The webcam, probably.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Yeah, that's what I looked at. I looked at the webcam and looked at the configuration settings. Nothing there.
They will fix it.
Related to it, whatever.
Monday. Or never.
Kara, give us an update on Killer.
Killer's asleep next to me in his bed. He's doing well. He's he's as recovered as he's going to recover from his, we think maybe stroke, definitely not tumor, could have been idiopathic. But yeah, this like vestibular disease that older dogs sometimes get, which is, can be caused by vascular issues. But yeah, he's back to, he's not back to baseline, but he has a new baseline. So it's like his rudder is slightly off. So like his head is always cocked to the side, and when he walks he kind of drifts over time, and when he shakes his head really hard he loses his balance a little, but he usually catches himself. So yeah, he's doing well. Yeah.
So what is that to your left, that white thing? Is that that is a cover to a bookshelf or something?
Yeah, it's a door.
Oh, okay. I couldn't, my mind couldn't quite figure out what that was.
And there's one over here too. Am I centered? I'm not quite centered.
Yeah, that's true. Because of the reflection, I think.
Yeah, that's
couldn't tell if it was what angle it was coming at with respect to the camera.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Those are my neighbors in the reflection outside the window.
Yeah.
And then there's another one on that side too. And I have all sorts of things. You guys are getting the Dr. Kara therapy experience right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I mean I don't use
online therapy.
Yes, I don't use the podcast mic and the headphones. I just like use the computer stuff.
Exact same way. This is my telehealth background without the headphones and the mic. I just use my
webcam that I don't see patients in right now.
Yeah. Did they ask about the samurai sword?
No one has ever asked.
That's
about
crazy.
It.
Really?
Even when I was interviewed on Japanese television.
What? Oh my God.
No one has ever
You
asked
put a
about the
sign
background.
pointing.
I don't think they look at the background. All right, but for you guys, what's new about my
he
background?
Oh,
does.
again, here we go. There's like a 1 millimeter thing that you added behind one of those things over there.
No, a little bit more obvious than that.
You're like in thumbnail size to me. I have no
Let
idea.
me see. What do you
Also, I haven't been on live stream in like a year. So.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
recognize the red thing above your head. Oh, I know what that is. That's
Yeah,
a helmet.
That's the Roman helmet that's been
Yeah.
there for a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
New plants? Any new plants?
Ding, ding, ding.
Ah, look, and I was just guessing.
That
Nice.
plant is new.
Kara,
Oh,
that's an amazing. When you said that, I'm like, it's not a plant.
That one's old. That one's new.
Nice. I can't keep plants in my office; they won't grow. It's not enough light in here, sadly.
Birthday present for my daughter.
Oh, I love it. What is it?
It was labeled a banana plant, but I'm dubious. It's not really.
Oh my God! No more banana plants for Christ's sake.
It's fake, Jay. Don't worry about it.
Oh, good. Okay. Do you know the banana plant thing, Kara? Do you know the whole banana plant story?
I know Steve had banana plants in his basement.
Yeah. It's a
Something
story.
happened to them?
Yeah,
I tried to see if I could keep them thriving long enough to flower and produce bananas, which have failed because they need 18 months of thriving, not just living but thriving. Otherwise,
and
they
are
won't
banana
flower.
plants tropical?
Yes. Yeah, so I have
kinetic.
I have them out in the summer, and then I brought them
Right.
into my basement in the winter where it's heated, and I had grow lights.
Right, but not humid. Probably that might be an issue. It's the humidity.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough. They lived, they survived. They just never got over that threshold to. And then my cats peed on them and killed them.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So like my house, I have two big, pretty kind of plants on either side of my TV in the living room, and they're doing fine. But nothing else grows anywhere in my house because my light is not good, except in the kitchen window. I have these acrylic shelves so I could maximize space, and it's just full top to bottom with plants, and they're doing amazing.
Yeah.
But it's the only place anything will grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're out of control at this point. I need to cut them down or something.
It was like years of semi-dead banana plants with dirt all over the place in the studio. And then finally,
that's exaggeration, but yeah.
No, it's not. The pinnacle, the pinnacle was when the cats peed in there, and the smell was amazing. So finally, Steve's like, "Okay, I'm retiring all the banana plants."
Yeah,
they're dead already. He doesn't. Wait, you just
Wait, I'm reading something in the stream. Can you guys
camera's
read?
flipped.
Is it? Should I flip it?
If
So everything's backward.
Yes.
Okay, let me flip it.
You're gonna understand. Yes.
Mirror. There we go.
Oh no, now I'm confused.
Yeah, no, that's wrong. That's wrong.
That's better or worse?
The neighbors should be to the right. What is happening?
No, now that's correct.
No, that's correct.
Now we could read what's on your shelf behind
and
you.
it's flipped to me. It's weird to me, but
no, that's crazy.
Yeah, because I'm not looking in a mirror anymore. Now I'm looking at myself in a
reality.
But that's okay, because now you can read stuff. I like you just the way you are.
My wife and kids are away for a week.
Ooh, so it's quiet.
Yeah. And what's funny is, I've been a dad now for 11 and a half years. And I don't know what to do when my family isn't around anymore. I don't know what to do with myself.
Catch up on the damn shows you don't watch.
I can't sit down and watch TV shows like that anymore. I can't binge stuff. I just can't do it. I get bored.
I'm a binger. I don't only binge though. I binge while I like knit, or I binge while I paint or draw, or I don't know. I like to do something with my hands while I'm binging TV.
Yeah.
By the way, my petunias did not die. My petunias are thriving, and as they grow, their glow in the dark feature is ramping up. So they're glowing in the dark very, very nicely. And we noticed that the new flowers that are coming out, you have to constantly deadhead them. So there's like flowers at different stages. The new flowers glow really brightly. Then they get progressively fade as they open up and get, which I guess makes sense. But
that's cool.
Yeah, they're pretty, very, very pretty.
How bright is it though? I mean, is it?
You can see it. Just you can see that they're glowing green just in front of you. Yeah, as long as the lights are off.
That's cool.
Do you ever hear like weird voices or anything with the?
I haven't yet. No.
I have. Do you guys what dino flagellates are?
Yes.
Like the.
Yes.
I think it's algae,
like
right?
Dinosaurs farting. What was that?
Yes. I know that's what it sounds like. Yeah, I have some of those, like the bioluminescent phytoplankton, but it only glows if you shake it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's it. You have to jostle the little dudes and then they glow. But they're bright. It's pretty cool how bright they are at night.
Do you guys own any like flatware that is irradiated?
No.
Oh no, you mean like the green glass stuff that people see when they thrift?
Yeah,
no.
Festive wear.
I have one. My friend got me like a, it was like
festival.
Something to put flowers in. It's this thing, and I didn't realize that it did this until I owned it for like a decade.
Did you put a black light on it? And
no, just one night. I'm like, what the hell? I looked over, and then it took me about 2 seconds to figure out what was going on. And I'm like, oh, okay. But
do you have a black light?
No, it was glowing on its own.
Oh, but you should. It'll look amazing under the black light.
Doesn't that two different things though? Under a black light, that's fluorescence, and if it glows on its own, that's
phosphorescence. No, that's bioluminescence. No,
luminescence.
Luminescence. Yeah.
So they're not necessarily. But black light wouldn't necessarily help something that glows on its own.
No, right? But I think all things that are luminescent are also fluorescent. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that, or most things that are luminescent. And I don't know if that kind of glass is actually luminescent. It could just be that it had absorbed some UV and you caught a glimmer from it.
Yeah.
Because like it was in there's daylight in your house.
But is it radioactive?
I think it is.
Yeah, there's a thing about that stuff.
If it's radioactive, then it doesn't need
But I know when they're
lights,
thrifting, right? they put UV lights on all the green glass on the shelves, and the ones that glow are the ones that they collect.
Yeah, I think they do that just so they can easily identify them, because it needs to be dark in order to see the light, because it's very dim.
Oh my gosh, somebody just said, how come the brothers don't show any resemblance? Are you out of your mind?
I've
that was
heard
facetious, right?
Yeah. He's got to be joking.
Yeah, I think so.
We have gotten more distinctive as we've aged. Bob and I were indistinguishable when we were like grade school, high school.
Really?
Age. Not to us, but apparently, there was a girl at our high school who thought we were the same person for like a year until she saw us both together.
Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah,
that is awesome. I think that is so funny.
So unobservant.
When actually we were even younger, there was one year where I got a crew cut and my brother Joe got a crew cut, and teachers confused us for each other.
You and Joe?
Yeah. I mean, to us, obviously, we all look extremely different, but that's.
Well, I guess because we had brown hair, he had like.
It was just Novella with the crew cut. I don't think they looked past that. You know what I mean?
4 boys, relatively close in age. Like your poor mother, like your house growing up must have been.
It was.
We had no idea until we were adults, and she told us how horrible we were. So, but I mean, we knew that we were rascallions. But she said, actually, this is the story that really brought it home for me. She said. There was one point in time she was so tired that she wanted to find an excuse to check herself into a hospital just so she can get a break.
Yeah.
Which I was a physician when she told me that. And I'm like, yeah, those are mommy admissions. We know about those. That's a thing where mommies just need a break from life, and they got something happening, they get back pain or whatever. That they just need to be in the hospital for a few days. And it's like, you're ready to go home now? It's okay.
And what does that tell you about division of labor in the household?
I know.
I doubt you see daddy admissions. Daddy admissions are something different.
No, but our dad worked his ass off, and he was very, very busy. He worked hard. But our mother was taking care of 5 rambunctious kids, and we were terrors.
Yeah.
Terrors.
Yeah.
Not that we were bad. We were just curious and energetic. And manifesting in all kinds of horrible ways.
Yeah, I'm always fascinated by the studies where they look at if society valued domestic labor the way that they value labor outside of the home, and if it was paid for appropriately.
Yeah.
Something like mothers work like 80 hours a week, and they, could be making like 250. That I don't remember the number, but it's something obscene because
something
it's
significant. Yeah,
it's so much labor.
Oh, imagine paying for a live-in maid and cook and au pair, whatever. That's expensive.
Incredibly expensive, and they're not even always round the clock. There's still people who get time off as opposed
if you
to
throw in the
mom
nookie, it's really expensive. Yeah.
I mean, when my wife goes away on business trips.
Yeah.
And like this year, she was gone for a month. Like it was like I saw her
without the kids.
without the kids.
Yes. Yeah, Jay melts down. Jay has a meltdown.
Well, it's just non-stop. You know what I mean?
Like, it's nonstop for her too.
No. When she's not working, we split everything. What do you think is happening?
No, I'm just saying, like, when she's gone and you're freaking out and you're like, it's nonstop. That's how it is for her all the time.
No, it's not. What are you talking about?
You
think I don't do any?
Jay does a lot of work in the house.
You don't think
I'm
I
not
do?
saying you don't do any work in the house.
What are you saying?
I'm saying, like, when you're gone, does she have meltdowns?
No, but I leave for 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay's not. And if we go on a trip longer than that, she comes with.
Yeah. Why is that?
I don't know. They can't separate from each other.
Gross.
And the kids like traveling.
They love it.
Yeah.
Although you'd never know it if you were around them when they were traveling. No,
they're all in Alaska right now.
They're also rambunctious, curious, and intelligent kids.
What are they doing in Alaska?
They're visiting Bob's daughter.
Oh yeah, I was wondering if it was. That's really cool. How long are they there?
Till
3
Wednesday.
months?
I'll see them Wednesday night after the show.
Are they Oh, it's the middle of summer, but it's supposed to be pretty intense, the aurora lately. Have they been able to see it?
Nobody said anything about that yet.
I don't think so. My daughter's been trying for like a year and it's just like not happening.
That sucks. Is it because it's so overcast? Or I know that the days are really long right now, so you don't get much dark night.
There shouldn't be a lot of light pollution up where she is.
No, but if it's always like stormy or overcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it took me
also like imagine the sun, like imagine the sun like from like 7 a.m. to 1 in the morning type of deal.
Oh, I think it's earlier than that, right?
Yeah.
I think it's like 5 a.m. Yeah, like 5 a.m. till midnight.
You have only a few hours to see.
Yeah,
that's bad luck. It's also some overcast as well, but it's a lot of bad luck in there as well. Hey, look it. It's dark. My stupid image here is dark. If I do this, if I kind of like leave, look, it's getting lighter. Look,
you should just do that.
And now watch, it's gonna like
Bob, you could probably turn off the auto.
Yeah, there's some kind of auto thing going on there. Isn't there software to go with your webcam?
I hadn't thought of that.
There is, but it resets every time you restart the computer.
Problem is
that's annoying. But yeah, that's why I'm going to Iceland in January.
Oh wow.
It's going to be, brutally dark and cold, but the whole point, not the whole point, but like most of the point of the trip is I really want to see the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the best time apparently to go.
Because it's the most dark. That's really the only reason.
Darkest. You have more, just longer opportunities.
It's still a crapshoot, but you have decent amount of likelihood, I would guess.
Yeah, and I think Iceland is sort of like one of the better places to go to see them.
I've only seen it like when I'm looking at it happening miles north, you know what I mean? You can still see it from the side. I've never been underneath it.
Yeah, I've never seen it at all.
I have no idea like how awesome it is just from what people say.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. Fingers crossed.
Take some video for us. I'd love to see what you see.
For sure. Yeah, apparently it looks so much better on your phone. Like it's one of the few phenomena that actually are improved by taking.
Yeah, people were sending we had that recent aurora a month ago, and people were sending pictures like you weren't actually seeing that. That's what it looks like when you take a picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah. What I hear is that the colors don't look as saturated to your eyes as they do when you film, but that the motion is what is really phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that is something that you see in real time.
I also heard it makes noise.
Oh, that's so weird. Like an electric kind of noise?
Yeah, I think so. Somebody here must have seen it that could tell us about it, but I've read that several times.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So, Kara, how's it feel to be home? You're not in Florida anymore, and you're a doctor. You've achieved this level. Like, how does it feel?
Well, they never let you enjoy it because after you finally become doctor, then you have to be postdoc and you're reminded of your place. But soon, I am doctor. You're right. I'm Dr. Santa Maria. A lot of my patients call me Dr. Kara, which is very cute. But I'm still a postdoc. So I'm seeing patients under a licensed supervisor while I'm studying for my licensure exam.
Okay.
And I'm about a third of the way done with my postdoctoral hours at this point, and I'm still studying. So hopefully I'll take the licensure exam in the next several months.
So what do you want to do? What's your game plan?
I'm still trying to figure it out, but we're in talks at the hospital where I work. I work at Cedars-Sinai in LA. We're in talks about me staying on, and I'm trying to kind of figure out if there's a part-time. Like it looks like I can work part-time and still maintain benefits. So it may be like a part-time at the hospital and then also doing some private practice.
Yeah.
If I go full private, I worry that the people who can't afford to see, like there's people I want to see, and in full private, I won't be able to see them because I won't be on insurance panels. Staying at the hospital, I probably won't be able to make quite as much money as I need to make. So if I split it, I think that's the best of both worlds. I can see patients on my own, but also at the hospital, I can see like the Medicare patients and the patients who really need it, but who couldn't afford to see me privately.
So then if you work for the hospital, then you're salaried.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I am right now, but like way better because I'm a fellow right now. So, but yeah, that means I get really good. Like this is the best healthcare I've ever had. And yeah, there are a lot of perks to staying with the hospital, and it's a great institution. I really enjoy my coworkers. I really enjoy the patient population. I like working with cancer patients.
Yeah.
And right now I'm 1 day a week on consultation liaison. So like Steve, you've worked, I'm sure, with consultation liaison psychiatrists. If you've ever done, are you only in an outpatient clinic, or are you sometimes inpatient?
I do 4 weeks of inpatient a year.
4 weeks a year. Yeah. Because inpatient's intense. So I do 1 day of inpatient a week. And it's, we don't have a lot of psychologists at Cedars. It's mostly psychiatrists. And we don't have a psych ward. Like we are not a 5150 hospital with a place where people go purely for psychiatric issues. So what happens is somebody's in the hospital for whatever. They were in a car wreck, it was a gunshot wound, whatever. Or they just got diagnosed with some disease and they are having a hard time coping, or they have a pre-existing psychiatric issue and it's coming out in different ways. A nurse, a doctor, whatever, will call the psych team to come and see the patient, see if they need additional support. The psychiatrist will help them with their medication, and the psychologist, we sit and we talk to them and we work with them. Yeah. I like it. I really like the inpatient stuff, but it would be very hard to do that 24/7.
Yeah.
It's intense. Inpatient is really intense. Yeah. It's
my
so
wife
different
tells me
than
that
outpatient.
my wife's a counselor, as you know, and that's the biggest thing, is that she can only do so much at once, and it's just mentally and emotionally exhausting. To be listening to people's problems, all day, basically.
Well, and you do that. I mean, I do that outpatient too, but I think there's a difference because when you see the same people over and over, you develop strong relationships with them. And you're really invested. Not that I'm not invested in the hospital, I am, but it's really sad to see these people coming in crisis. There's only so much you can do. And then, next week I show up and they've already been discharged, or they've died, or, something has happened. And that can be hard. Yeah.
I couldn't be in a constant, like, revolving door of meeting new people, getting to know them, and then having them die. That would destroy me.
It's a big part of my job because I work in a cancer center. So at any given time, I'd say about 25% of my patients are in survivorship. Not even, maybe 10% in survivorship. About half, maybe a little more, are in active treatment, and they're, just chugging through, doing well, doing what they can do. And then I'd say about 25 to 30% of my patients are end of life. So they're either there's no more options for them, or they're on some sort of, they've now gone back to first line treatment and they're determining if they want to keep going or if they want to go home on hospice. And then, I'm working with them through those transitions. And here in California, we have the End of Life Options Act. So I also do working with patients who are choosing to die with medical aid.
Yeah. Is there a lot of burnout in your profession?
There is, but I'm very lucky that my boss, who's a psychiatrist who runs the team. So we work in a division at the hospital that supports oncology. So we are the dietitians, mental health, rehab medicine, palliative care, all that. He came from hospice. And so he has a really unique perspective in the cancer center, and he's really focused on reducing burnout. So it's very self-care focused.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah, we do these really lovely things every couple months where we honor the people that we've lost. And yeah, everybody's super supportive. And we have really cool chaplains. We have a chaplain in the cancer center who's she's an atheist.
She's an atheist chaplain.
She's actually going to be at PsyCon.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm really excited. Yeah. So we have.
Can be a chaplain.
Sure.
She calls herself no, she doesn't call herself interfaith because she can see anybody, but she personally, is secular.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, I know a couple of, basically, even if they have a denomination, they basically don't believe in the magic.
Yeah, I think they have to train through something. I don't remember. Maybe she went Unitarian or
Unitarian or whatever. They're very,
you can train through.
They're like theological, but they don't necessarily have faith that there's magic. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very cool because I'd say that a big chunk of patients that come through the cancer center don't believe, and they still need spiritual support because they're dealing with really heavy stuff. But they don't want to talk to a rabbi or a priest or,
because it's really annoying sometimes if you're an atheist to talk to somebody slinging the faith bullshit as if that's going to help you. It's more than incompatible. It could be extremely annoying.
Yeah. And I think part of the reason that it's so I work at Cedars-Sinai. It's a Jewish hospital.
Yeah.
It was founded because Jewish doctors couldn't find work and Jewish, community members wanted to be treated in a way that was compatible with their faith. And so they founded this hospital like forever ago. It used to be combined with Mount Sinai, blah, blah, blah. And I think that because it's a Jewish hospital, it is so much more sort of understanding and accepting of secular viewpoints. Because a lot of Jewish people are non-believers.
They're cultural Jews.
Yeah.
So apparently the tropics are no longer in the Holocene.
What does that mean?
So the whole right now we are in. We'll probably talk about this next week in more detail. I'm just reading this now. So right now we're in the Holocene, period, and in an interglacial period, right? So we're in an ice age and an interglacial period.
Okay.
But that has a specific definition to it in terms of glaciation, etc. So a study looking at the glaciers in Peru, I believe, found that they no longer meet the technical definition of the Holocene. And so they're in a new epoch, the Anthropocene.
Oh, okay.
So it could be.
I know there's been some argument about.
Yeah, but it could be the first region to officially be transitioning from the Holocene to the Anthropocene, right? Basically because of global warming, right? The glaciers are not permanent anymore,
Yeah, and I have a feeling that after the fact, if obviously any sort of intelligent species persists long enough to have more geological time to look back, that they would probably move that boundary earlier.
Maybe.
I think that in retrospect, they would see plastic conglomerate, like plastic in the rocks. They would see rapid changes to the climate. They would see all of these different, intense
mass extinctions,
and intense changes to the landscape, huge, terraforming, huge amounts of changes to the landscape. But I also notice different people pronounce that word differently. I also say Anthropocene. I hear a lot of people say Anthropocene.
No.
You don't like that.
Just no.
Regional pronunciations fascinate me.
Yeah.
I think it's Andean.
I like when
the Andean. That's it. The Andean glaciers.
The Andean glaciers.
I like when a word variant is as similar as you can make it to the most common form of that word.
What do you mean?
Like anthropology, Anthropocene. You know what I mean? Some words can have many different variations to it. Not just the word itself, but different words that are derived.
Yeah. I was talking. So we do the crossword. My friend Sarah and I do the crossword every night. And
do today's yet?
No, we do it at night. And we did do today's. We do it the night before. So yeah, we did.
Oh
yeah. Because it comes out, I think, at 8 p.m.
It was tricky today.
It was tricky, and it was, for me, it was unsatisfying because there weren't good puns. It didn't feel very gimmicky. I love it when there's something really clever in the crossword. We get really excited about that. But we were talking about this with the word liar. I pronounce that word lyra. And I always have. Yeah.
Yeah, lyra.
So the instrument, when some people say lyra, but to me, lyrical is the same root. I've always said lyra. But it's apparently, I looked it up, it's pronounced L-I-A-R, like liar.
L-Y, so
L-Y-R-E.
L-Y-R-E, liar? Yeah, okay.
It's pronounced liar, but I don't like that.
Bob, what sounds correct to you is totally cultural. We're used to putting accents in certain locations or certain letter combinations to be said a certain way, and we default to that. Even though that's why, for my entire life up until maybe 5 years ago, I probably pronounced every Japanese word and name wrong because I just put the accent on the wrong syllable just instinctively. Then you know, then when you really pay attention to how they're saying, there was like they say everything different than how I thought it was, than what my instinct would be to say it. You know?
Yeah, and you and I do this a lot with medical terms, and I think it's because I grew up in the South and you grew up in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And so, like, I say efferent and afferent.
Yeah.
And you say like
The
efferent. Yeah.
Efferent.
Yeah.
But I think that's also institutional, because
Yeah.
when we learned it, we you know we
To emphasize.
we just, because it's like afferent and efferent could be confused, but if you say efferent, it's literally E F F E. So it's just to emphasize the spelling, so we wouldn't confuse it. It was a deliberate mispronunciation.
Yeah, and then it
I
just
just
kind
got
of
used to,
caught on.
and everyone just said efferent, so that it was
That's so
disambiguated.
funny.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And then there's the words, Bob, that like you've only read, and so
Yeah.
you think you know how they're pronounced.
Yeah.
Based on the one that got me for years was fecund.
Fecund, yeah.
It looks like fecund.
Well, it is
Well,
fecundity.
there's fecundity,
It's
right?
fecundity, but the word is
It's
fecund.
fecund, yeah.
That's an example of why if we say fecundity, then it just seems to make sense to say fecund.
But
Because of
fecund
that
came,
word.
but fecund came first.
There's like 2 swear words in that word.
I know. Well, it's also kind of I mean, it's not dirty, but it's like, isn't it mean like you're ready to go? Like you're fecund.
Yeah.
Like for animals, they're like, that's like the definition.
Producing
right?
an abundance of offspring.
Yeah. They're fecund.
Fertile.
But yeah, and I remember it's so funny because it's our field now, but like synapse for years before I ever was in a classroom, and I would read that word, I thought it was synapse.
Synapse. Oh,
It
that's
looks
funny.
like synapse to me.
Yeah, but that one I probably heard soon after seeing it for the first time. Synapse. But there's some words like I've only ever read, and I'm still not sure how to pronounce them. You know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. There's one in particular. I'm blanking on it. If it hits me, I'll let you know. But it's
Steve, remember our biology teacher in high school? What's the word that she would screw up? Do you remember?
I remember that there was a thing. I'm forgetting the word.
She would say, now this might be common in other countries, but I remember back then you and I were like, what? Skeletal system.
Oh yes, that's British.
Oh, it's British, yeah, and
Skeletal is
Australian.
Skeletal is British, yeah.
Skeletal
Why-
system. I like that.
The skeletal system.
Yeah.
Do you have
I
a
don't know.
migraine?
And I had a biology teacher who was not okay with the pronunciation fungi. He hated. He was like, "It's fungi. It's not a fun guy." He would get so mad, and you're like,
Yeah.
whatever you want to say.
I hate that word up. The pronunciations are all over the place. Like,
I hate
whatever.
when people say template
say it.
instead of template.
Template.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder
It's
if I do
template.
that.
Template. Not template.
Like contemplative.
Don't be prescriptive, Jay.
I can't help it. I know if you live long enough, if you lived like 500 years, you would be upset with how everybody pronounces everything.
Oh yeah, and it always changes.
Or you just get to the point where you just don't care anymore.
I read a thing, and I don't know if this is like a wives' tale. What's the
Oh,
word?
okay. I thought of the word. This is the word. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
The word I don't know how. I'm not even sure now how to pronounce it. It's inchoate, like INCH.
Oh, inchoate.
Inchoate.
Inchoate. Yeah, it looks like inchoate.
I saw it in writing like for years, and like at some point I have to look up how to pronounce it, and I never did.
Yeah, you got to just hear that somewhere.
Inchoate. Yeah, inchoate. Yeah.
Inchoate. It's a good word.
Yeah, that is a good word.
Look, English sucks. Straight up, the grammar in English sucks.
So I read somewhere, and I
It's
want somebody to
includes-
fact check this.
Yeah.
You know how, like in British English, they will say they'll spell words like color, favorite,
Yeah, with a U.
With a U.
Yeah.
We don't. We make fun of it. We go, oh, color, and they're like, whatever. That's the original spelling. I read somewhere that the reason Americans spell so many words with cut down vowels is because of when we were printing, it was cheaper by letter.
Yeah.
Do you know if that's
That might be true. I don't know.
Where like in news, it's like, how can we write this in a way that everybody can understand it, but also conserve type?
What I have read, is that, if you go back to colonial times, there wasn't like one spelling of a word. Like the spelling was a little fluid. You could kind of spell things the way you wanted to, and there wasn't really a correct spelling.
Right.
As long as police back then.
Yeah, because most people didn't have dictionaries. Whatever. You spelt it like you could spell it however you want. There were multiple acceptable ways to do it. So right,
because language was verbal first.
Yeah. Which makes sense to what you're saying, because if that's true, then they would feel comfortable just saying, well, we're going to spell it the cheapest way because it's okay to change. It's not, there's no one correct way to spell it.
I saw a comedian talk about, in their opinion, the most complicated word in the English language is the word shit.
Shit.
And it is so freaking true.
More
because
complicated
you can use it so many different ways.
Yeah, because you could use the, like, depending, like if you say that's shit, it means it's bad. If you say that's the shit, it means it's good.
And
right?
what if you say that's good shit?
That's good shit.
That's really good.
But
That's good shit.
And
that's good shit.
The examples get into like the 40s.
Yeah, that happens a lot with curse words.
There's a bunch of words like that. It's not just shit, which is a good example, but there's also ass. And there's a comedian out there on YouTube who has this whole fantastic thing on the different ways you can
say
use the
word ass. Yeah. Well, isn't there any a foreigner who's like, English is hard. I'm trying to learn, like, what does ass mean? And then so yeah, you could be a lazy ass or whatever. It goes through all the idioms, all the ass idioms. It is very funny.
It was hilarious, but also fuck. Fuck
is like that too.
It could be a verb, a noun. It could be it's so many different things. It could be almost every word. This is George Carlin, right? It could be almost every word in a sentence. Fuck the fucking fuckers.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, not many words can do that.
I had a friend once ask me, and this still stumps me to this day. And to me, this is the most complicated word in the English language. Okay. Define the word such.
Right.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's
a
non-specific reference to stuff.
No, but it means like he was such a dick. It means he was intensely a dick.
Yeah,
but you could also say
how else can you use it?
You could say
such as.
Such as.
Oh, you can't even those words. To me, the word "such" in the phrase "such as"
is
meaningless. It means nothing.
Essentialness or
such as means something.
It means, for example.
Yeah, because we give it, but the word "such" and "such as" doesn't mean anything.
I hate that word. It's really hard to define.
Yeah, that's just pure experience.
Such.
Yeah.
Like
Google
even the dictionary definitions are like wonky, right? Can you zoom that?
Of the type previously mentioned.
Or of the type about to be mentioned.
Right.
That's the such as.
Of types. Such. Of
so
types.
We got rid of the U, but we put in weird words like this where it's just like
oh my god. Look at Ian. It says determiner, predeterminer, and pronoun. That is so like this is what I'm talking about with English. It's so stupid. It's a stupid language.
So somebody in the chat was saying that Webster's dictionary intentionally took the U out, and other words like music with a K to music intentionally. Why? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the why that we're asking.
Yeah,
I mean, Webster's would have intentionally taken it out if it was an American dictionary. That's why we've got, Oxford English versus Merriam-Webster. Those are like the standards.
All right, I have a question for all of you guys, including Ian. If there was a movement, just like, we got to move to the metric system. If there was a movement where we said we are going to spell words in the English language phonetically, moving from this date forward.
Oh, I would hate that.
Would you be on board or not?
No, I'd hate it.
No, do it after I'm dead.
Yeah, I can't handle books being printed like that. I'll lose my mind.
I'm for it. I'm
it would
100%
be trust.
For it.
So Jay, I worked in television for years and years and years, and I was on prompter a lot when I did live TV. And when people, proper nouns and things, they will write them out phonetically. It is actually often harder to read that way.
Oh wow, okay. Well,
much harder to read.
Well, Jay, did you see that viral video from a couple of months ago of the graduation where the woman is reading people's names?
Yes, they're all phonetic. Yeah,
butchering like common names. Like, is she having a stroke? But it was they had spelled out the names phonetically, and she didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, so she would be like Stipahanini.
That's like is D nice here? Ron.
Apparently, Webster fervently believed in developing cultural independence of the United States. And so that was part of a distinctive American language with its own idiom, pronunciation, and style.
But why?
Because I don't know.
But like, was it Noah Webster, or was it already the case, and then Noah Webster was the one who documented it? Like, that's an important distinction.
I don't know.
Spanish is almost perfectly phonetic. They have changed the dictionary, which actually, or not the dictionary, the alphabet, which pisses me off.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. When we first learned Spanish, it was A, B, C, Che, D, E, F. And the reason that there was a Che and an Ñ and an L and an R is so that literally you could just read the letters in order and it was always perfectly phonetic. But now they've changed it so it's A, B, C, D. So you have to know that C and H together makes Che, because otherwise it would be, se, ha.
Right.
Which isn't right. So that actually annoyed me because it made Spanish easier to learn when I was young.
I wondered, like 30 years ago when the digital transition was happening, I'm like, I wonder if like the pictorial languages like Chinese, Japanese are going to just start spelling out the words with like English letters so that they could type,
Yeah,
but
right.
But apparently they figured out a way to have to construct their words
pieces.
From it. So it's like, that's too bad.
But they do have they do have both. I mean, it's why their name. It's why we can say people's names.
Well, for us, they will just spell it out in English.
There is an English version.
Computer,
right?
Like a Japanese computer doesn't have an English keyboard on it with QWERTY. It has a Japanese keyboard where you construct the pictographs out of pieces, and it works. So they found a way to make their language compatible with digital technology.
Okay, but can you type as fast as a person that has?
You might be able to type faster.
I've seen people do it. I mean, it takes longer to get one figure up there, but that figure's a word, not a letter. So I don't know how that balances out.
Yeah, it's really interesting to watch somebody text. In a language like that. It's like, wow, what's happening right now? It's like
Bob gets uncomfortable. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Tell me what to do with myself over the next 2 days.
Yeah, because I spend almost all of my time alone. I live alone and I love living alone. And I don't know.
Have you ever seen the show Alone?
No, actually.
I mean, I
don't know how you guys do it with other people in your house.
I picked up my guitar yesterday for the first time in like 3 months.
Whoa.
And I actually played it for a little while undisturbed, and I was like, what's happening? It was weird.
It's wonderful.
In my house,
what a wonderful experience.
There is a phenomenon going on in my house. Let me tell you what happens. Okay. I have kept record of every single time I go to the bathroom, and every single time I go to the bathroom, somebody comes in the bathroom.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it.
Every time.
Oh my God.
Like last week.
Do you know these people?
Yeah. But last week, because I have 2 kids and if they have a question, they come in, they don't care. You know what I mean? And I don't lock the door because I just don't do it instinctively. I'd never think to lock the door behind me.
That sounds like a failure of parenting to me.
But
the big stick. Yeah.
So one day I'm in the bathroom and it occurs to me, I'm like, nobody's come in yet. What's going on? So then my wife came in and I go, I was waiting for you. Where have you been? You know what I mean? I'm in the bathroom. You're supposed to be in here when I'm in here.
Wow.
It's really crazy.
We live very different lives.
I am not exaggerating, Kara.
That's not typical, Kara. No one ever bothers me in the bathroom, even when I had 2 Rugrats running around.
It's just a Jay thing.
I do have, to be fair though, I have a dog. And so I know what it's like like if I close the door, I never close the door though, because I live alone. So I don't have to close the door, but he comes with me wherever.
Oh yeah. My dog will follow people into the bathroom. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if there's a thunderstorm, my dog freaks out and hides either. There's like a space in the bathroom where you can't see any windows, and he hides. He's under my desk right now. He's like, there was a lightning.
Yeah, my dog's a weenie with thunder too.
It's so sad. I hear that. I really lucked out with Killer. He does not notice and never has his whole life.
Maybe he's deaf.
No, I mean he's even fireworks because we get fireworks bad in LA. Just like doesn't care. I mean, he is losing his hearing now, but no, his whole life he hasn't been bothered.
Jay, we should see a movie on Saturday. We could see the Wolverine and Deadpool.
Oh, you're going to be here? I thought you were going away for the weekend.
No, we're going next weekend.
I'll do it. I'd love to see that movie. I heard.
Yeah, let's see it tomorrow night. Bob, you up for that?
Tomorrow night, maybe.
Yeah.
I got a funeral tomorrow morning. That's going to suck.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm sorry. I'm getting massage tomorrow. That's my big. That's my big weekend plan. Is my once a month massage. That's something that's good to do for yourself.
Definitely,
especially when you're alone.
You massage yourself when you're alone?
No. You can't. I mean, yes, everybody does that, but yes, I'm going to get a massage.
Okay.
And Yeah, what else? Oh, I'm almost out of coffee syrup, so I need to make a new batch of coffee syrup.
Wait, coffee syrup?
Yeah, I make my own coffee syrup.
What do you mean? Explain
Oh,
this.
like I can't drink coffee without sugar in it. I don't know how people do that. It's too bitter for me.
So what is coffee
I
syrup?
I'm
sweeten
right there with you.
So it's the way I make it. It's white and brown sugar, right? So I'm making a simple syrup. So it's white and brown sugar and water, and then it's infused with green cardamom, Ceylon cinnamon, and like some Madagascar vanilla paste.
Oh, cool.
And so you boil it all for a while, and then it sits in the fridge for like 3 days and really like steeps, and then you filter it through cheesecloth. And I make like a big batch, and I just like do 2 pumps in my latte.
All right,
every
so
morning.
that's cool.
It's so good. But when I'm running low, I get really depressed. I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do?
Did you guys use the vanilla that listener gave us?
Yeah, I put it in my last batch.
I used it, and it was
good.
Powerful. Oh,
it was powerful.
My God. That was the real deal, man. Like
I was trying to figure out how I was going to use it, and I was like, this is a perfect application.
When he gave it to us, like he's like, this is real vanilla. This is like the strong, like, it's intense. You know what I mean? It's like it's concentrated vanilla. And I when I opened the package, I couldn't believe what the smell was. It was amazing.
So
apparently in America, we get the shitty dregs of vanilla. We
do.
Yeah, this was like fresh from a farm in Madagascar.
Yeah, it's
very
great.
Cool.
So what in your house, food-wise, do you start to get nervous when your supplies get low? Like if you run out of something in
toilet paper,
Skippy peanut butter
food.
balls.
Milk. It's 100% milk for me. That's when I know I have to go to milk for me is like most people when they're running out of underwear, they know they have to do laundry. If my milk is running low, I have to go to the grocery store because I have a latte every morning.
Right.
And that'll fuck up my day if I can't make my latte.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like similar, like coffee. If I'm running low on coffee beans, I have it on a service, so it comes automatically.
I do too. What do you use?
I use Blue Bottle.
I use Atlas.
But when that gets low, like this company, if I was like, hey, I need it earlier, they can't do it.
Yeah.
Like you can't call them up and get coffee from them in 2 days. Like it's all they distribute. Like, so you're just in like the cycle that you picked. So there's no way to get it quick. Anyway, that definitely milk. You know what I mean? Because we use milk for everything.
So people who know Fairlife protein shakes know the struggle because you really can only get these at Costco affordably.
That's right.
And every so often Costco doesn't have them. And it's like
good?
a travesty.
Are those good, Kara?
How much protein?
Phenomenal. 30 grams of protein.
How many calories?
150 calories.
Nice.
That's crazy.
And all that's in it is milk. It's just...
Is it tasty?
And
it's delicious. It's just chocolate
How
milk.
is there so much protein?
Can you get it on
because it's
Amazon?
ultra... No, it's like... I mean, you can, but it's... Costco is really the only place to go for this because it's a lot cheaper at Costco.
I'm not seeing it here.
It's because it's what do they call it? Like ultra filtered? No, not ultra pasteurized, ultra filtered, where they like use high pressure to push it through these filters and they basically take all the molecules out. They separate out all the proteins.
So how much do you pay
them
for
back
it
in.
at Costco?
I want to say an 18 pack is like $32.
I'm not seeing it.
Maybe 28.
Bob, do you drink?
Maybe
that?
maybe it's a 24 pack or 32 pack.
Muscle milk.
It's so much better than muscle milk, Bob. It
doubt
doesn't have that whey protein flavor.
I doubt it.
I'm telling you.
On Amazon, pack
Chocolate,
of 12
the
was
chocolate
$35.
Muscle
Yeah,
milk.
see, and I think you can get
That's like
24 or
crap.
36 at Costco.
I'm not seeing it. I'm on. I was going to do an Instacart today.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when they don't have it, it's a travesty. But
It has whey protein.
Stock up
Whey
protein, literally just the whey that's already in milk. They don't add whey protein. Like the only ingredients are filtered, low-fat, grade A milk, and then
I might try that for my car ride breakfast. In the morning.
less than 1% of alkalized cocoa, oat fiber, salt, lactase, monk fruit,
monk man.
sucralose, and
What
stevia.
flavors do they have?
What?
The flavors he's asking.
Oh, it's just they do have more than chocolate, but chocolate's the way to go.
What is the best protein bar that you guys know?
I like the
the
soft
chocolate
baked banana
butter.
chocolate bars.
Oh, I like Lenny and Larry's cookies.
I forget the brand name, but I like the one that has like 30 grams of protein. It tastes really good. I mean, the calories are as low as I've found, but it's still like maybe the low 200s.
I'm not really a protein bar eater though. Like if if I want to supplement with protein and I want like something in between meals, I go shake.
It's those shakes for sure.
Yeah.
What's
They're
the name
easier.
of the shake? It's what was it?
Fairlife.
Fairlife.
It's a milk company. You can buy their milk too, just their
Fairlife?
regular milk, and their milk has twice the protein and half the sugar of the other companies.
So
really
we have to go shopping food
Mhm.
is Parmesan cheese.
Oh yeah, you're right, Steve. How could I forget that?
Because no, but seriously, because especially now that like my kids are away, my wife works in the evenings 3 days a week. So my like go-to, I have to cook for myself, whatever, is pasta, right?
Same.
So so there has to be Parmesan cheese involved. There's no Parmesan cheese, like it's like
and
we're out of food. We're basically out of food if there's no Parmesan cheese in the house.
Makes sense. Yeah, those are like big staples for me. I'd say milk, protein shakes, Parmesan cheese. I always have carrots.
Yeah.
I always have red peppers.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys ever tried Genius Gourmet Protein Bar?
No.
I'm not a bar person.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I've been working out for the past 2 months, going heavy, and my appetite explodes after I work out. It's unreal. It's unreal, like what happens. Like I mean, I eat like 4 egg whites, and then an hour later I'm starving again. You know what I mean? Like this has been like so I just want to get like a high protein, low bullshit. I don't want anything. I don't care if it tastes good. I just want to have the protein. And of all the times I've worked out in my life, like I'm gaining muscle faster now than I think I ever have.
Then you're probably getting enough protein.
Yeah, I probably am, but I mean it's a struggle though. I'm constantly
the fastest.
What, Bob?
I doubt it's the fastest.
I think I'm being hyper consistent, and I'm trying harder lifting now than I've ever tried. You know what I mean? I'm actually like mentally, I'm fully in it. So I'm really, really pushing myself harder than I did when I was in like my 20s, say.
Nice, man. That's awesome.
I actually need to make an appointment because I am iron deficient.
Oh boy.
Oh, so fun to be iron and B12 deficient at the same time.
Are you anemic?
Not quite. So I have low, but not too low hemoglobin, but my iron is all over the place. Like my binding capacity is way too high. My ferritin is way too low. And my iron's low enough that I have to get infusions. Oral doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. So I have to go in every like few months and get an infusion. It's weird because I get it in the cancer center, right? Because it's like hematology and oncology are the same. So I go and I get iron infused into my bloods, like next to my patients. And then I get B12 shots every month. And I don't notice a damn difference in the way I feel afterward. I do it because I know I have to do it, but I don't. People say they feel better after, and I'm like, I feel the exact same.
It's bad though. If you have low iron, it's bad.
Yep.
You
and it doesn't make sense. I eat meat. Like I eat things that have iron in them.
Yeah, but you might have something else going on though, Kara. You should check into that.
I mean, I see a hematologist every 4 months. Like we're on top of it.
Have you tried chewing on cast iron?
Well, they make those fish. Have you seen those fish?
What?
It's like an iron fish, like a little iron fish.
Say iron fish again.
Iron fish.
Bake with it?
You put it in every time you boil water, you put it in there. I should probably start doing that, but I think I'm having a hard time absorbing it.
One of these guys?
But yeah, and I think that they're given away oftentimes to like low income countries where there's iron deficiency.
Oh, do they work though? Is that legit?
Yeah.
I've heard that if you cook in cast iron, you get a little more iron.
That's the whole idea, right? So it's like pure iron, and it's infusing itself, I guess, little by little into the water. So you're basically just supplementing or fortifying your food with iron.
Yeah.
But if the issue is that I can't absorb it appropriately because of some genetic issue, then that's not going to help either. So yeah, infusions are weird. Have you guys ever had one?
No.
Have you ever? But you've had an IV, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like for surgery.
Yeah.
Have you ever tasted what went into your IV?
Absolutely.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, when they push the iron, it tastes like black licorice in the back.
Yeah, it gets in your bloodstream, and it does something. You
can taste it in your mouth. Kind of like Paxlovid. Paxlovid does that too.
I've tasted other medications though, like like I had my carpal tunnel surgery, and when they told me, okay, we're going to do it right after, like seconds after, and I told them, I said, I have a taste in my mouth. Oh yeah, that's the medication. It's like, okay.
Who remembers DMSO?
I do.
It's a
I know the word.
It was like a liquid that you rubbed on your skin. I forget why, but it would actually go through your skin and you would taste it fairly quickly. I remember
That's so. DMSO is a standard ingredient in a lot of creams. Things that you could get it at a compounding pharmacy. We mix it a lot with different medications.
All right, everybody. Here's
it's
my
like
dog.
menthol. You know what I mean? Like it's cooling kind of effect.
This is Lando.
Lando, you are so cute.
He's the best dog I've ever had.
Yeah, he's an amazing animal.
He's a good boy. He's a very good boy.
I can tell. Look at how he's looking at you with those loving eyes.
This dog is a pleaser. Like he lives to just do what the humans want him to do.
That's so sweet.
And he sleeps in my son's bed every night. And then like at 4 a.m, he gets into my bed room. I don't let him in the bed because I don't allow animals in my bed. We have a dog bed for him, so he sleeps there. And then every single morning,
I feel sorry for Courtney.
Every single morning, he comes over and licks my elbow. Tell me, hey, I love you. It's time. Let's start the day. Yeah.
What time does he wake you up?
Yeah, it's like 7 o'clock.
Oh. The thing about Killer that I feel the most grateful for, and there's a lot of things because he's just a really good dog, is that from the time he was a teeny tiny puppy, if I'm asleep, he's asleep.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a normal bedtime. He doesn't have a normal wake up time. He doesn't care. When I go to bed, he follows me and falls asleep, and he doesn't try to wake me up. I'm the one who's always waking him up and saying, okay, we got to get the day started. I think it's because I was super inconsistent because of my work when I first got him, and he just got used to following my lead. But he has like zero internal clock. And I love that about him.
My dog has an internal clock. He knows within 15 minutes that it's time to eat.
Definitely.
He knows. He gets up at the same time I do every morning. So in the morning, like I get up first because I get up earlier than my wife. I take a shower, and then he's like waiting at the bottom of the stairs, looking up at me, waiting for me to let him outside. If I'm running late, he'll then come to the door and start scratching because he's got to pee, But
he's first off, Steve's dog and my dog are best friends.
They're best friends,
and they grew up together. Like they've known each other. We got our puppies like within 2 weeks of each other.
I met your dog, Steve. I stayed at your house when he was pretty young. Yeah,
right. So he's a really good boy too. Not quite as mellow as Lando,
But they're so funny when they're together because they're like they go apeshit on each other. Like they are like it's like a wrestling match has begun and it doesn't end until they're apart. You know what I mean?
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's really fun.
I'm also lucky that Killer free feeds. So it's like having a cat. I just have a gravity feed.
Yeah.
Literally, I can pour a whole bag of dog food into the gravity feeder, and then I have a gravity water bottle, and I just refill it when it's empty.
Yeah.
I cannot do that with my dog. He would eat whatever's there.
A lot of dogs are like that.
Yeah. My dog doesn't have like the eating anxiety that a lot of dogs have. They have to eat and they get all kind of crazy. Like my dog's happy when it's mealtime, but he doesn't like when it's done. He just trots away and he's cool.
Yeah.
He doesn't inhale it. Yeah.
And I assume they don't have any food aggression or anything.
No, not with each other either. That's like they're just. But every time I go to the studio every Wednesday, right? So I go driving over, and 99% of the time Sagan's outside, like he's waiting for you. And I pull up with the car, and then he runs along my car, and then I stop my car, and he jumps up to see me in the window. It's like the same thing every week. He's so freaking cute.
Dogs, we don't deserve them. They're the best.
Yeah, they're the best people in the world.
Sagan also he likes to herd cars.
Yeah, I've seen that with me because he's a sheepdog.
Yeah, it's a shepherd. Yeah. Australian shepherd.
Yeah, so they're herders. Does he herd children?
He herds everybody.
Yeah.
And when he if you're late with his food, he herds you to the food, and he'll nip at your heels, go, come on, go there, it's over there, go get it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about Killer that's not Killer's not the smartest dog. He doesn't have any of the. He's not neurotic, which is great, and he doesn't have any he's the easiest dog in the world. Yeah. But he doesn't. He's also not. He's so mixed, which I think is why he's so healthy.
Yeah.
But he also doesn't seem to have any specific breed forward traits.
Yeah.
Like many dogs were bred to work.
Yeah.
And he's
Right.
lost all of that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, he's transcended that bullshit.
Yeah, he's
You know
just
what I
a
mean?
lapdog. But I'm gonna grab him so that people can say hi. He's right here.
Ian, do you have a dog?
Hell no.
Like, yeah, you got.
Not only
I
no,
hate
wait,
dogs.
hell no.
No, my family does. They have my sister has like all of her dogs eventually end up at the studio. So like we have 2 corgis and
Yeah. When your
a
kids
bunch
get a
of
little
little
older,
things
you
and
may
that's
want to get them
crazy.
a puppy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was
don't
going
know.
to say.
No, they can go with the elders.
Yeah.
Kara,
We'll
he's
see your
such a
grandparents,
cute
I don't care.
dog. My God, what
He's
a
I know,
beautiful
I'm
little
so
guy.
lucky. He's such a sweet boy.
He's
Yeah.
a very
He's,
cute dog face.
He came camping with me the other weekend. We like to go camping together. He's getting old. He's getting old enough now that I don't really trust him to go on hikes just on leash.
Yeah.
So I have a little backpack, and we did this like long hike, and he was in my backpack the whole time. And he,
So cute.
the girls that I was with were sometimes behind me, and they were like, "He's just sleeping." I was like, "Yeah."
You have one of those see-through backpacks. Have you seen those where like people have like a dome?
Oh, like for the cats, like the
cats.
bubble backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is like it's like a backpack with a hole for his head to stick out.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really is though. He's completely adorable. I mean, look at
know.
that face. You know.
I know. And he's got like puppy vibes, even though he's really old.
Yeah, he does.
Like he's super soft still. And I think because he was brown and white always, even though his face has gotten really white over time, he doesn't look old because he always had this coloring.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
small dogs are puppies. That's
Yeah.
Neoteny. That's Neoteny.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. He's like
all dogs.
All dogs are puppies of wolves, and small dogs are puppies of dogs.
Yeah.
Dog, you know, when you
Should be in
think
a
about
book.
like the
It looks like
contest of
I find
life,
to be drawn.
in the contest of life, dogs have won
Mhm.
because they have selectively bred themselves into the human world, where we take care of them for the most
Oh, yeah.
part.
Yeah. he
they're
has no
kept.
responsibilities. And yet, have you noticed that they still sigh constantly?
Yeah.
Like, what are you sighing about? Why
Yeah,
is
like,
your life
get
so
over
hard?
it. Get over it. You know, make me dinner. You know, get out of here.
Yeah, my dog
Exactly.
leads a stress-free life. His only stress is when we leave him at home.
Oh, same. He
Yeah.
acts, and I could be gone for 20 minutes, and I come home, and he acts like I thought you deserted me forever.
Yeah.
Or if there's a bear.
A
in the
little
backyard.
abandonment issues. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to see my dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a Halloween prop every week on the live stream? At least one.
Pretty
much.
His whole
Pretty
house is a problem.
Kara, you really, if you ever went into Bob's house, I'm telling you, like, it's not like it's overbearing with how, you know, it's like it's got so much. Bob has like meticulously put together his library.
It's extra.
It's extra.
It's extra.
Yeah.
It's extra. Yeah.
Extra awesome. Yes.
It's and Bob, you engage with that stuff regularly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, there's so
Oh,
much. I
cut
mean,
the shit, Bob. You're always engaging with it.
I don't know. No, I mean, there's so much. I'm not like looking at it
Yes, you are.
day.
Bob.
But like it's funny because I think about the way that we live, right? We were talking earlier about how you guys all have shared spaces.
Yes.
Bob, it's just the two of you, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Steve,
cat.
now is it just the two of you, or is it three
Oh, yeah.
still in the house?
3 in the house still, but
3 in the house.
But when my daughter's at college, it's just the 2 of us.
Yeah, and then Jay 4.
Well, 5, because Courtney's father has been living with us for the past few months.
So a lot, yeah. So and that's
Yeah.
like multi-generational.
Yeah.
And like for me, it's just me. I also have Killer. And then I think about how my house is organized, how it's designed. Everything is my way because it's just me. So there was no compromise with a partner here.
Mhm.
Everything was 100% my choice, my aesthetic. And also most of the stuff, which I don't have much stuff in my house because I don't like clutter. Most of the stuff in my house is either very utilitarian or it's just to help me stay calm. Like my house is a very calming space.
Sure.
It's not a very interactive, lots of stuff everywhere, constantly engaging space. It's a very like zen.
That's
place
awesome.
to be.
That's awesome. I think I'd like to be there.
I like it, but it's funny because when my best friend came to visit recently with her daughter, I was like, holy shit, my house is not baby friendly
Yeah.
at all.
No.
Like
Yeah.
constantly, like, don't touch that, don't break that. I mean,
Yeah.
we're fine. I move things up, but like I was just thinking, wow, a kid would die here within an hour unsupervised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've never had kids, so you've never had to kid-proof your house.
No, and nor would
Yeah.
I want a kid-proof house, you know.
Yeah. Right,
I
right.
definitely see my friend at home and she's constantly like, oh, these fucking cabinets like in the toilet, you know, because everything has to be kid proofed right now because their kid's only 2.
You know, yeah, the phase that I disliked the most was when I had to put those magnetic locks on all of my cabinets in the kitchen. Oh, I hated that.
That's annoying.
Because I'm always looking for the magnet. You know what I mean? Like you can't always find the release magnet. Get out of here with that, man.
No, I like having a dynamic house with a lot of life in it, a lot of people. But then I also have my man cave, which is my space 100% that I could. And I spend half my time here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And my whole house is my she shed.
Yeah.
It's like,
She shed.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
There are places in my house I don't really spend time. Like I have a guest bedroom. I'm never in my guest bedroom. Why would I be? It's there for guests. Yeah, I spend and I'm very, because I have a sleep disorder, I'm very like specific about my bedroom. I obviously get ready in my bathroom. I get ready in my closet. I have a nice like walk-in that's really organized. But the only time I'm in my bedroom otherwise is to sleep. Sleep and sex. Sleep, sex, and read. That's what that's how I identify like
sleep, sex, dog, and read. Okay, sleep, sex, dog, read, and
snack. Sometimes a snack.
No snacking. No snacking. No screens. No
watching.
I'm that way too. There's no eating in my bed, right?
Yeah, no eating.
I just don't want any of that. The sheets have to be clean. You know, like I'm just like
we have no TV in the bedroom, no eating in the bed.
So my kids, you know, famously break the freaking rules, right? And like the other, like I don't remember, probably a month ago, about I get into bed and like somebody had a cookie eating extravaganza in my bed.
Somebody.
Well, Steve, because nobody owned up to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know who it was, but it certainly was at least one person that's shorter than me. And you know, and I'm standing there and I'm like, they're kids, it's no big deal. But there's another part of me that's like, all right, I have this thing. Let me just tell you my thing. I hate changing the sheets on the bed. I hate it because every time I do it, I get hurt. Am I the only one?
How are you?
Yes.
Because my bed frame,
what's wrong
the
with
person
you?
who freaking designed the bed frame that me and my wife use is a sadist.
You gotta get a platform bed, Jay.
I'm gonna do it. The next bed
platform beds are the best. That's what I have.
I'm gonna do.
It's so easy. Like
this bed, you put your hand in the spot on the, you know, to wrap the thing around the mattress, and there's like a knife there. You know what I mean? It's like, what is happening?
It's trapped.
Oh God. So every, you know,
I actually have knives by my bed.
By your bed, but not in the corner underneath your mattress.
Poking me when I'm changing the sheets, though.
I started doing a thing which is apparently very European, but also very like college bachelor, which is I stopped using the top sheet.
Yeah,
it has no purpose. It always just ends up smushed down at the bottom.
Yes.
And like, I don't know. I just got so annoyed making my bed every time.
Comforter or a blanket?
Yeah, I mean, I've always used the fitted sheet, the top sheet, the duvet with a duvet cover on it, and then a fuzzy blanket on top of that for like if you just want to snuggle, but not, you know. And then I was like, this top sheet is pointless. It makes making my bed take twice as long, and it always just ends up crumpled at my feet.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to wash the duvet more often then?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I wash my sheets, like my I wash all 4 pillowcases and the fitted sheet once a week. Yeah. And I probably wash the duvet cover and the blanket once a month, I'd say.
Oh, well, here's a question. Are you a tucker or an untucker?
What do you mean?
Like the top sheet. Do you like to be tucked in sheets?
Well, when I make my bed with a top sheet, I tuck it in.
But
only
like
at the feet. Tuck it in at the feet. No. I don't like to be tucked.
Yeah, when I make my bed with a top sheet, I tuck it at the bottom and like halfway up the sides.
Right.
But
when
then
pull it out or whatever.
Yeah, then it ends up at my feet. And I don't make my bed every day.
Yeah.
I only make my bed when I do my clean my sheets.
I like a top sheet because then you could titrate your warmth. You have the top sheet, you have the bedspread, the duvet, and then you have sometimes we have the fuzzy blankie, and that's what you have 3 layers. And you could titrate how hot you are.
But I don't think I ever did. I think I would never in a million years.
I do all the time. Like in the summer,
temperature zone.
In the summer, I'm a sheet only. You know what I mean?
Oh, interesting. No, well, I keep my house at 68 degrees.
Nice.
Year round. So it's always the exact same
72
temperature.
in the summer, 68 in the winter.
Okay.
So I was telling
if you're ecologically responsible.
I was telling my sister-in-law, like, I don't know how we got onto the topic, but I was like, yeah, I don't really use a sheet and a blanket anymore. I have like this really nice,
sleeping bag,
a super soft, like queen sized, like, it's like a thing that you'd buy to put on you for watching TV. You know what I mean? It's just like
Blanket.
it's a
Comfy
blanket.
comfy blanket.
A comfy blanket, right? So one of the at some point, like 10 years ago, like one of these like ended up in my bed. Next thing I know, I'm like, I only like to use that, right? So my sister-in-law is like, Jay, you have a wubby. It's a wubby. It's a wubby. You know, it's like a kid's blanket. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I love it, and I don't like to sleep without it. It's like I have to have it. It's I gotta have it.
I started to feel that way about my. Do you guys wear a night guard? Any of you have to wear a night guard?
I have one, yeah.
So it's weird because when I first got it, I've only had it for a few months now, but my dentist was like, I think you're grinding your teeth. Which, yeah, I was kind of like, whatever. I ended up with this weird cavity. Where did it come from? Okay. So he's like, you're going to hate this. You're going to hate it. You have to push yourself through, get used to it. I feel like it's like an adult pacifier. It's the weirdest thing, but I really like sleeping with a night guard.
Is it on your top or bottom teeth?
Only top.
Yeah, mine's on the top as well.
Yeah, it only goes on top. And I don't know why, but does this do this to you, Jay? Because when I said it to my dentist, he was like 100%. Everybody says that. It induces you to do this weird like sucking motion.
Yeah, you can't help it.
You can't help it. And there's something comforting about that.
You know, the dentist sold it to me. He said, in no uncertain terms, he was like, you're damaging your teeth at night. You're damaging your cheeks at night. And you're damaging your gums at night. And when he said gums, I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Do you know what you call that with the involuntary teeth grinding? Like
what?
There's a technical term for that, medical term for that. Ever hear it?
Grinding?
Bruxism.
Yeah.
Oh, I have heard that. Bruxism. Okay.
Yeah.
I probably do it during the day too.
Yeah. We treat that with Botox injections in the masseter muscles. Very effective if you're ever
interesting.
Want to go that route.
I think for some people it's so severe that they even feel themselves doing it and they feel pain in their jaw, like it's sore.
Yes,
from it.
they can get headaches from it. They can get TMJ syndrome.
I don't think I ever quite knew I was doing it.
It's one of those things. People say, I have TMJ. It's TMJ syndrome. Everyone has temporal mandibular joints. I never correct them because everyone does it.
Yeah, but that's what everybody does.
I know. That's just it's shorthand, I guess.
Saying, like, you're going to the what do you
like
call
saying I have elbows. Good for you. I have elbows too.
My guess is that the medication that I take at night is what's causing it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And so because it's apparently like I take I think I've told you guys about this and I haven't said it on air. I take a really weird sleep medication, like a really intense sleep medication that's like very heavily DEA regulated. And it I'd say, I don't know if the exact number, but my neurologist was telling me that most people who start on it, not most, but a lot of people who start on it stop taking it because the side effects are so intense for them.
Yeah.
But for me, they're not so bad. And but I have a feeling that it makes me sweat a lot at night, which sucks.
Yeah, I mean the goal is always to establish a sleep rhythm so that you could eventually come off of it and your brain will sleep by itself.
Yeah, I mean my brain sleeps. That's my problem.
I mean, so you got to get a good consistent circadian rhythm. This basically like forces you into a circadian rhythm.
Well, and apparently what it does is it consolidates your sleep.
Yeah.
So I take something called,
which is part of the goal of
So I take something called sodium oxybate, which is prescribed for narcolepsy and idiopathic hypersomnia, which is what I have. So it's a sleep disorder that makes you tired all the time. And one of the things, they think it's because you don't make enough orexin, but another thing, because they don't treat that really, another thing that they think is that people who have this sleep disorder are not spending enough time in slow wave delta sleep.
Yeah.
And it's GHB, gamma hydroxybutyrate, sodium oxybate. When you take it, it induces delta sleep and you consolidate. It's the craziest thing. The difference between me being on this medication versus off is needing a 2-hour nap every day versus I don't nap at all anymore.
That's great.
It's life-changing.
Well, it's literally a treatment for narcolepsy, which sounds, counterintuitive. You're taking a sleep
aid for narcolepsy,
because narcoleptics, they sleep all the time, but they don't get rest from their sleep.
Same
this
with me.
induces restful sleep. Like
so it's like
your sleep architecture, not just a sedative. It's a,
it's not a sedative at all. Actually, I can. What? Oh,
it's from a movie.
It's not a sedative at all. I can wake up on it really easily. And I can stay awake on it. I just try not to.
But Steve, you said that drug wouldn't work on anybody. It has to be a specific thing.
You have to have narcolepsy or idiopathic hypersomnia.
Well, but you mean when you say work, do you mean get your insurance company to pay for it, or do you mean will it actually put you to sleep? It'll put anybody to sleep. It will put anybody to sleep.
Yeah, and it'll give you more delta sleep.
Yeah. It may not be the fix for your problem, depending on what your problem is, but if your problem just is that you can't get restful sleep, then that's a good medication.
Yeah, but it's only indicated for narcolepsy and IH, and even then, my insurance company rejected it twice before they approved it.
Yeah.
And it costs over $100,000 a year off insurance. It's an impossible drug.
Yeah, when you go off of it, what happens?
Nothing. I skip nights sometimes. Like if I know that I'm only going to get 4 hours of sleep because I'm traveling or something, I just don't take it. Nothing happens.
That's interesting.
It's fine. Yeah, I feel fine. I'm just more tired the next day, but that would always be the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I see people saying date rape drug. And while it's true that GHB has been known to have been involved in the commission of sexual assault, I actually, not that I think it's a misnomer, because they put that in the warning label, right? Like this has been utilized for this purpose. I actually don't think it is a common drug for sexual assault like Rohypnol is, because the truth of the matter is I can easily wake up on the drug and I'm fully aware of what's happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking doses that are similar to like club doses. Like it's a pretty high dose. I think the reason that has become the sort of, I don't know, tail that GHB is used for date rape drugs is because it leaves your system really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So when they go to test you to see if you have any drugs in your system, it shows that you don't.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't, I don't see how it would work for that. I think that the times that it has been used, it was combined with alcohol.
Oh, okay.
And you cannot combine this drug with alcohol. It's really dangerous.
Yeah.
You can stop breathing.
Are you guys aware of any characters from either Star Wars or Star Trek that have narcolepsy?
No.
Right. I just had to ask that because a commenter was noticing that we haven't spoken about Star Wars and Star Trek. So we had to break that streak right away.
Mm-hmm. I want to do another sleep study in like 5 or 10 years and see if I qualify for narcolepsy, because I was one REM cycle away from qualifying for narcolepsy. They're almost the same.
Yeah,
narcolepsy is weird.
Back to beds. Anybody use a weighted blanket?
I used to. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I've tried it. It's
I love them. I like a lot of weight on me, so I've got a big ass comforter.
Bob, I'll come lie on top of you.
Yeah, a big ass comforter, and on top of that, a really heavy weighted blanket.
Are you guys back, side, or stomach sleepers?
Side.
Yes.
Stomach.
I'm side and stomach.
My body wants me to sleep
stomach.
on my back, but if I sleep on my back, I snore too much, so I force myself to sleep on my side.
Yeah, I want to sleep on my back, but I snore, so I sleep on my side. I want to roll on my stomach, but then it gives me lower back pain, so I have to go back to my side.
I'm very often on my side or my stomach with one leg kind of chaired out, like usually sticking out of the covers, and then I'll like wad the rest of the covers up. That's like by far the most comfortable way for me to sleep. When I sleep on my back, which is rare, but sometimes I wake up on my back, I sleep like a fucking vampire.
Like this?
Yes. Have you guys ever woken up like this? What's wrong with me? That's weird.
Well,
right?
have you ever woken up drinking somebody's blood?
No. As of right now, no.
Right. Just checking.
Have you ever woken up naked in the zoo?
Nope.
No.
As of now, that hasn't happened.
I assume everyone doom scrolls at night. Jay might not. Does anyone just like looking at their scrolling at night in bed?
No.
What's wrong with you people? Jesus.
Well,
terrible thing to do, man.
As a general rule, my phone doesn't come in my bedroom with me.
That's crazy.
That's so
my
smart,
phone
Tara.
lives in my office, and my alarm goes off. My physical alarm clock goes off in the
I may
morning.
read in bed, but I don't doom scroll.
I read in bed too, but not on my phone ever. I read books with a book light that has like a pretty orange color temperature.
Yeah, I did this thing on my phone where my phone will change from a blue to more of an orangey color, and then it auto dims. And then, when I'm lying in bed, like I am really trying to push my phone down now, and I'm trying to read a lot more. I mean,
if you have any difficulty sleeping, you should go 2 hours with no electronic devices before you want to fall asleep.
Yeah, 100%. It's the first thing I always work with patients on is their sleep hygiene when they have insomnia.
Sleep hygiene.
I'm like, you've got to take your phone out of your bedroom.
Yep, you're so smart.
Because your brain knows it's sleepy time because the lights are low.
Yep.
So it starts to release melatonin, and it takes a couple hours to get you into the sleep cycle. So you really need to, the thing is, we were like sunlight during the day, dim like firelight at night, and then no light when we go to sleep. And now we're like the same level of light all day until the moment we get into bed, and our brains are like, "What the fuck is happening?"
And I don't like once the sun sets in my house. Generally speaking, I have like, you know how you've got the big lights. The big lights suck. We don't like the big lights. Right? Everybody's got the big lights, and then you've got the other lights, like the ones that are more cozy.
Yeah, of course.
And then I have this like chandelier over my dining room table that I can change the color temperature of. So like after the sun sets in my house, it's candles and like only pretty orange lighting.
Wow, Kara, I got to come hang out at your house for a few weeks.
It's super cozy. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. By the time it's bedtime, I'm always ready.
My wife bought new lamps for our side tables, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you, I hate them so much.
Is it the bulb or the lamp?
Well, it's the bulb. These bulbs are like, there's 3 levels, and the first one is enough to smack you in the face. You know what I mean? They're so bright, and there's no way to make them nice and dim and soft light, you know? So
yeah, you got to replace those bulbs.
I think this week while she's gone, I'm going to ditch the bulbs.
And you know how there's a color temperature number? 2700 or lower.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Never do anything above 3000 if you want like cozy light.
Yeah.
Because then it's like you're in an office building.
Yeah, I bought these. I can't remember the name of the company. It's Philips. I think they're Philips. And I can control them with my phone.
Yeah.
Hue?
Those are
Yeah,
nice.
it's Hue. I got the Hue ones, and I bought them specifically for when I go on vacation because I can program them to turn on and off. And then I'm like, I download the app and I'm like, I can change the color temperature of these lights. It's so awesome.
It's so
This
good.
just a bulb.
It's just a bulb that you
It's
could
a smart
change.
bulb.
You could change
It's a
the
smart
color.
bulb.
Yep, it's a smart bulb. And now, you know, I bought these like 3 years ago. Now you can get ones that can make it any color you want.
Yeah. You know how I have the camper on my truck?
Yep.
And so it's got like the pop-up, it's got a wedge tent on top. I have a GFC. And I put strip LEDs in it because when I'm camping, loud. When I'm camping, you got to be able to see because it's pitch black out. And yeah, when the sun is down, all my lighting is red.
Yeah. Wow.
It helps with stargazing, right? If you're not seeing white light, because that screws up your night vision. But B, it always makes it really easy to sleep. And you can see perfectly fine in red light, but it does not fuck with your circadian rhythm.
Oh, good. That's good to know.
Yeah. Red light is the way to go at night.
You could develop.
What's a good brand for the smart bulbs?
I mean, at the Philips one, I got it work great. I don't know if anybody has a.
I'm sure you can find something on Amazon that's an off brand that's like half the price.
Govee are cheaper.
Yeah, I see them.
Govee. Yeah, they're pretty popular.
And they work with your Alexa or Google Assistant, so you could say, "Okay, Google, turn the lights off."
Yeah, and you can probably program like nighttime setting and have them shift to orange.
Yeah, you can.
Or gradually dim too.
The Hue need a hub though. There's like a central. hub
I have that stupid hub. Yeah, but I bought the light bulbs and they weren't cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, they don't work. And then I'm looking online. Oh, no, I got to buy the hub. How many other things do I have to buy for these freaking light bulbs to work? Yeah,
that's how I feel about my Sonos at this point. I'm like, it was really smart back in the. Do anybody use Sonos speakers in their house?
No.
Yeah, I have Sonos.
Yeah, like I mean, it's great. And it was really smart back in the day, but I kind of just wish that it wasn't. It's like Apple or Tesla or anything else. Like, why does this need to be proprietary?
Yeah, it's too fucking.
Can't it just be Bluetooth?
They're
like, come on.
sticky. And anytime I have any kind of tech problem, for some reason, I just get mad at Ian.
True. And I get an angry phone call at 2 a.m.
Sometimes I have to call Ian like at 7 o'clock at night, and that's baby time. And I feel I'm very apprehensive about it. You know,
so you talk to him on the phone like you're a baby, Jay. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Google Gaga, and I'll be like, all right, I'll be right there, Jay. I'm sorry.
Man, I like you too. Get away from me.
No, they're in bed by that time. IKEA apparently has some smart lighting too. So if you want to hop down to the
IKEA also has a deal with Sonos, and they have their own version of Sonos speakers that are like half the price. They're called Symphonisk.
See, yeah, that's like buying alcohol at Costco. You buy the Kirkland brand vodka. This is what I hear. You know,
It's the same thing.
But but that's what they do. They just get like all the high end companies to like.
Wait, do they have alcohol at Costco?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the best place. You could get awesome wine for like $8 a bottle.
Yeah, I don't drink, but every time I have a party, I stock up at Costco because it's super affordable.
Yeah, our Costco has like a building next to Costco.
Yeah, because I thought legally it had to be a separate building.
Yeah, they do
that's
that in
just a
Connecticut.
Connecticut thing, guys.
Yeah, that's
not-
like a
yeah. Each
Connecticut,
state
yeah.
has their own laws.
Yeah.
Like in California, it's in the
Yeah.
regular Costco.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go because I am dying to eat something.
Yeah, I got
What are you
some
gonna eat?
leftovers.
I need ideas.
Indian food. Indian
Ooh.
food.
I have some.
Indian
Oh, you have
food.
Indian food, Bob. I have some tomato sauce that I unfroze.
Mm.
So I mix it with a piece of salmon and some vegetables.
Okay.
God, that sounds so healthy.
It's so freaking
Yeah.
good, though. It tastes so freaking good, man.
I'm
Like a
making
pomodoro?
tacos.
Oh,
I think tacos.
Taco
Tacos
Friday.
are always fun.
Yeah.
make some queso.
All right, the movie tomorrow night.
Mm.
Kara,
Yeah.
fly out tomorrow morning to see this movie with us.
Right.
Yeah,
And miss
right,
my
sure.
massage.
Sure. Oh yeah, forget. Just call me, Steve. Bob, you got to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any of your bullshit. You're going to this.
What
movie.
time were you thinking and where?
Don't talk to me
Don't
that
talk.
way.
No,
Hear
dox.
that?
me.
Early evening.
You hear that attitude?
Yeah, don't dox yourself.
Whatever you want. I'll go in the mid-afternoon tomorrow night. We could do dinner. Whatever you
You
want
should
to do.
spice up the offer and have a dumpling house. Throw a dumpling house.
I'll
in
do
there.
it.
Oh,
Dumpling house and movie. All right.
Is Dumpling House dim sum?
it's
No, it's dumplings.
No, they just do dumplings from.
Ian, you want
But
to
like
go?
Barbecue
dumplings?
bao
Yeah, I'll
bun.
go. I'll just leave. It's like, yeah, it is like dim sum size.
Yeah,
Kind
Ian, abandon your family and come to the movies with the
Yes.
guys.
All right, fine.
You guys remember when
Tell
we
the
had
wife.
dim sum in Seattle?
Yes,
Yes,
that
it
was
was
awesome.
awesome.
Such a
It was
good. We
awesome.
should
Like
do
That was
when
that.
our,
COVID
that was our
was-
COVID.
Kara,
dim
that's
sum.
when we almost died.
Yeah,
We
but it
were
was so
there.
good. I
We
like
were
to
there
read
when
about
COVID
it.
hit. We didn't know it. Oh
We
my
got
God.
speaking of which, we got a ton of recommendations for the Chicago food tour that's going to happen
Yeah.
when we go to Chicago. So keep sending them in. I have a bunch, but we're going to try to.
You're
hit
in
up a
charge
bunch
of that, Ian.
places. I know. Jay keeps yelling at me like we should go to a good place that's like New York pizza. I'm like, why? That's New York is the best
in
pizza.
Chicago.
Let's go
No, I'm
do
getting-
the kitschy deep dish and
Let's get deep
tavern
dish in
pizza.
Brooklyn. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Jay.
Listeners
do the kitschy shit.
have been emailing me like, I got like a patron going, hey, I'm really looking forward to going to the show. Oh, by the way, I used to live in Chicago. Deep dish isn't Chicago pizza. It's Nick's and Vito's.
Well,
or
everyone
whatever.
goes and eats normal pizza, i.e., New York pizza.
New York.
Well, what
pizza.
else is Chicago? Like, what's another like
the
thing
A
that-
beef sandwich.
Beef, yeah. Mr. Beef is apparently really popular. Hot dogs, obviously.
the Bear.
Gyros. The
That's
Bear.
real.
Yeah, there's a place. Mr. Beef is
is
popularized by
the
the Bear.
original beef
Right.
or whatever that
So,
they're
yeah.
The
That's the
original
place
beef.
where we got to go.
Hey, so before we end this transmission, I would like to tell everybody, do something nice for somebody in your life. You too,
Mhm.
Steve and Bob and Kara. Just do something small for someone to make them happy.
Mhm.
We live in a
Mhm.
fucked up world, guys.
I
It's
did
just-
that today. I did that today. My mother busted ass on her walk the other day.
Like she
She
farted.
said- No, she
No.
fell and
Oh,
bit
she
it.
fell.
Like she hit her face on the concrete.
Oh no, I'm sorry for
Yeah. And she sent me a picture and I was like, Jesus, mom. She has a giant black eye and a huge goose egg. And she fucked up her elbow. She got a CT. There's no bleed. She's okay. But she has like a hairline fracture on her elbow.
Ah,
I know. So she says she looks a lot worse than she feels. But my mom's 75.
Yeah.
She's very healthy. She goes on walks every morning with her neighbor. She's like, I think I've told you guys, she goes to the Ren Fair all the time and they love to go camping and stuff. But so I just bought her some trekking poles.
Yeah.
Like I got some for when I'm hiking and
Yeah,
like,
I
they work
got some of
wonders.
those too.
I have.
Yeah. So I'm like, Mom, just use these on your walks. I
They
think it's
totally
gonna really
help
help.
too, Kara. They're so
Yeah.
useful.
They're
it's a
so
great thing.
useful. So I just
The
sent some
third
to
leg,
her.
basically. If you're
Yeah.
it's very
It makes you
useful.
much more stable.
But
so.
the idea
Absolutely.
that like if we intentionally try to do things a
Mhm.
couple times a week for no reason other than to just make somebody happy,
Yeah.
then we could actually make the world a happier place.
That's how it works.
You know, maybe we won't be in the situation that we're in if people
Jay, I'm going to get you a do random acts of kindness bumper sticker for your car so you look like a hippie.
I don't want that because somebody might key my car. No, but I just think it's like it's an easy thing. It doesn't take much, you know. I mean, my wife and I do it for each other all the time, and it's
Like,
like,
fight the power, man. Yeah.
you know,
Well, and I think you're right. Like, not only is it about doing these like acts of kindness, but even something as simple as like smiling at somebody when you pass
Mhm.
them on the
Yeah.
street
Mhm.
actually has a measurable benefit on their day.
How
Like,
about finger
studies
guns?
show that? Finger guns probably even better. Like,
You know, like, I-
I think I would definitely smile at some random
finger
person
guns are
did
just the
that to me.
friendliest goddamn thing you could do. But I've had an interesting experience on several occasions. Like I'll be like selling something or buy, you know, like I bought my son's bike on Marketplace, right, on Facebook. And you know, some rando guy shows up And next thing I know, I'm like out in my driveway talking to this guy for an hour. And it's just nice. You know what I mean? It's like, don't talk about politics. Just be. but it's nice to like, okay, there's other normal people out there, like I just like to be.
As long as you don't talk about politics, there are lots of normal people. Or at least you get the illusion of normal people. Yeah.
Indian food.
All right, we got to go.
All right, whatever.
Thanks for joining us, Sarah.
One more thing. Bob and
Oh
Steve.
my God.
Kara, you don't have to stay, but you can.
No, I'm going to stay. I'm not going to leave.
Thanks. Thank you. It was great seeing you, Kara.
Wait,
awesome to have you here.
Bob, stop. I put this link here.
Yes, look at that cat.
I'll put it in the chat for anybody.
Yeah.
This
Ghouls and
is
Ghosts.
This is a Ghouls and Ghosts that you can play in your browser.
Oh my gosh.
This is something that would never happen to me if my kids were home, right? Like I'm like, I had some free time and I'm like, I want to play this game. And I found someone, what do you call that when they make it play in a browser? I forget. Like it's a ROM. Is it a ROM?
The ROM is the thing but it's an emulator.
It's an emulator. It plays perfectly, guys. It plays perfectly.
Wait, is this the arcade version or the?
No, that's the Sega
arcade
Genesis.
one is literally impossible. Like they're just a coin eater.
I think it's Sega Genesis or just regular Sega. It's so much fun, guys. I'm halfway through it now. I love it. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I have it on PlayStation, and it's awesome and ridiculously hard. It's like stupidly hard. Like, are you kidding?
It's a great game, though. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to the boys tomorrow. Carol, see you Wednesday.
Yep. Enjoy. Enjoy the movie.
Friday.
Bye, Ian.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Ian. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Skeptic's Guide to the Universe is produced by SGU Productions, dedicated to promoting science and critical thinking. For more information, visit us at theskepticsguide.org. Send your questions to info@theskepticsguide.org. And if you would like to support the show and all the work that we do, go to patreon.com/skepticsguide and consider becoming a patron and becoming part of the SGU community. Our listeners and supporters are what make SGU possible.
It's just me. So speaking of Costco, how much do you think this is? Okay, this is a game cost Codal. Okay, how much do you think this vegetable platter? 4 pounds. Okay, give me your guesses. We'll enter it in the chat. Come on. What are you thinking? Jay abandoned us. He doesn't remember. Nobody remembers. I'm the only one that remembers. Evan remembers, but Evan's gone. So go ahead. What do you think? $6.99 maybe? 4 pounds of vegetables? 4 pounds. No, not that pound. $14. We're going to go with $14 as the first guess. $14. I mean, I'm going to say Costco is going to be cheaper than that. Ooh, less than that. Less than that. So we're going to need a number that is less than that. $2.50. What are you thinking? $5? $11.99. Okay, I like that guess. $11.99. Hold on. $11.99. Nope. Still cheaper. Look at 50 euros. What are you? $7.99. We're going $7.99 on this one. $7.99. Oh, a little bit up. We're in the ballpark. $8.99 from Ryan. Let's see if we got $8.99 for a 4 pound platter of vegetables. Oh no, we only have 2 more guesses. Oh my God, we're so close. Everyone, $3.50. Are you paying attention? $8.99. $8.99. We need to go up. No, that's the same number. $8.99. GMO veggies, good color scheme. I say $6.66. Okay, Monsatan. No, we're gonna free. No, it is more. You see how the yellow arrow is pointing up? It's in between $8.99 and $11.99. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit them with that $9.99. Okay, $9.99. Oh crap. So it is $9.25 maybe. $9.50. $9.49. The actual price is $9.49. This stream brought to you by Costco. Make sure to use code Ian, and I don't think I get any money for that. So anyway, here's a graph as the number of cameras increased. You know what I mean? Number of giant squid footage increased, but big footage has stayed the same. Number of higher quality photos of UFOs have also stayed the same. Although, riddle me this, riddle me this, chatters. Look at this. Okay, wait. On that audio. Now it's just a guy, but what's happening in the background? Wait for it. Oh, who appears? Look at that. Look at him pointing. Bigfoot? What was that? I didn't hear that last when I got this. What was that? All right. Well, I didn't know giant squid had feet. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Ian SR. Thank you. I didn't sell you on. Shut up, chatter. Okay. Thank you everybody for being here. We'll see you on the next. Oh, some people we didn't actually mention the 1000th show for you patrons. If you are a patron, will be live streamed. We're setting it all up. We're also going to do like a on the street live stream for the food places. That's what I also want to do. But for the 1000th show, it will be streamed for patrons at the $5 level. So if you are not a patron, or you know people who are not patrons, or you want to be a double patron, or for some reason, at the $5 level, you will get the access to the live stream. So you'll sign in, and I think it's through Crowdcast, and it'll have the patron login and blah blah blah. So that's what we're going to do. It'll be through Patreon, but using Crowdcast, so you'll have the link and then you can go to it. So at the $5 level, bada bing, bada boom, free if you're free quote unquote if you're a patron, which means not free, and a paid for patron. So anyway, so go ahead and do that, and there you go. And we will see you then. We'll see you probably before then, and also on Wednesdays. Yeah, we announced it on Wednesdays, so if you didn't hear, so get the word out, tell some of the other peoples, and that's it. I think that's it. All right. Any last questions or comments? No questions. I'm not taking any questions. No more photos.